Kathy McNamara. I'm with Arizona Public Service. I'm a leader in the call center over renewables, business, construction, and meter access. And we're at a CCNG event today that we're hosting, and we're having a great time learning and meeting and networking. So thanks for inviting me.
Oh, thanks for having us.
And when we survey those customers that use our IVR, they're very satisfied. They like it. So there's a fallacy around IVRs about people not liking it.
Is that speech? Is that speech enabled?
It is not speech yet. We are moving to a new system, which I'll talk about a little later, I think, where we will have speech. But at this point, it's still all data digital entry. Those require attention because they're serious. Doesn't necessarily mean that I'm going to jump in and get all over this person because they've got one red category. It depends. That indicates to me that I need to look further. I need to look into the credit agreements that weren't kept. Let me look at those agreements and let me see were they good decisions and the customer just opted not to keep the agreement. So it's just additional information and gives us our red flags on where we need to go look.
Well, I mean, you got to do something memorable is the key here. You've got to do some things so that when they come out of that training, they're geared up and ready to give that extra bit of effort. And if you're not demonstrating it during the training, if you're not rewarding adherence during the training, if you're not rewarding excellence in the training program, what makes them think they ought to give you more than just average when they get on the phones?
Well, that's a good example of how we're going to run something. To review the process. In other words, your job is going to change. We talked about web chat a second. Somebody asked about that. That's an entirely different job function. Or home agents, entirely different job function. So let's say you balance that. Let's say you're an AHT-focused business a year ago. Now you're call quality, first call resolution. Well, that's a difference in the metrics back to those business outcomes we spoke about. So really updating your hiring process needs to be accounted for.
I really believe that the majority of the contact center agents really want to do a good job. They want to do what it is that you ask them to do. And sometimes they go over and above, like Rachel and that sort of thing. So a call comes in 13 minutes after the hour, and they're to go to break in 15 minutes after the hour. And your average handle time is, say, 6 minutes. So now they're leaving 3 minutes late. Well, they're entitled to come back 3 minutes late. So that needs to be part of the calculation for real-time adherence.
So what are the metrics that matter, right? We're seeing a big shift from process-based or efficiency metrics to outcome or effectiveness metrics. I do a lot of research with Garner and Ventana Research and Frost and Sullivan, and we just did a survey last year on 365 contact center executives on what are the metrics that you're measuring. These are the process-based metrics, and when I talk about the shift to outcome-based metrics, that doesn't mean we're going to be getting rid of the process-based metrics like average handle time, wrap time. Those are still important. We're just going to take a look at them a little bit differently, right? So average handle time, we're going to look at them by call type, right?
Mr. Jones, I understand you're in the middle of an install, right? I know you're waiting on people. We told you a 2-hour window when we'll be out there, especially power company, right? We've got lots of things have to go right. Right equipment, right tech, right skill, right window, person over 18, lottie freaking da, right? Lots of stuff. Make sure the customer knows in advance that you've taken care of it, and you're going to make sure that he knows the second anything changes in the schedule. Big time in travel, big time in tech, right? Dispatch, that kind of stuff. Keep me informed. Oh, by the way, this goes for internal too. If I got a regional sales manager and I just took a call and I've got a big time business customer who called with increase, how about an automatic alert goes out to the regional sales manager and says that one of your best customers called the call center, and here's hey, just so they can follow up and personalize it. Goes back to know my stuff.
Keep that interaction going. Keep it simple, keep it quick. When we talk about post-call surveys, post-call IVR surveys, I don't endorse you ever going over, call it 2.5 to 3 minutes. That's your window. Because if you do, you're going to ruin it for the rest of us that are doing it right. Make it immediately after or soon after the interaction as possible. You want that experience to be fresh in their mind. I get very concerned when, I'll be the first to admit, I've had experiences where have an interaction in the call center, I get an email a week later. Hey, you called us, how'd it go? Who are you? I just don't, so do it as soon after the interaction as possible.
How many keystrokes did it take me to handle a billing inquiry versus a trouble outage? Very cool stuff, and now you can start isolating workflow opportunity. And you can build your own mashups of data. So now I don't have to alt-tab, minimize, maximize, go to 5 different screens or 5 different applications to pull just what I need for that call type. I can pull out all that into one screen.